Welcome to our deep dive. We are very happy you are here today.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
I want you to think about, well, a broken arm. Just imagine that.
Ouch, okay.
Right. If you fall down and break your arm, you go to the hospital. And the doctor takes an X-ray picture.
Yeah, to see inside the arm.
Exactly. You look at the picture together. The picture is very clear. You can see the white bone.
Right, and you can see the dark space where the bone is actually broken.
Yes. The doctor points at it and says, there's the problem.
Yeah.
It is very simple. We like things to be simple, right?
Oh, definitely. We love to see clear pictures. When we can see a clear picture, we feel safe.
Yeah.
The broken bone is easy to understand. It is broken, well, it is not broken. There is no confusion.
But today, we are talking about something that is not simple at all.
No, not at all.
We are talking about the human brain, and we are talking about what happens to your brain when you learn something completely new.
Right. And if you try to take a simple picture of the brain learning, well, you can...
No, the simple picture is just gone. The brain is like a deep, dark forest.
That is a good way to say it.
Yeah, it is full of complex pathways. It is always changing and growing.
Yes, the brain is a wonderful mystery. And today, we have a very special mission.
We do.
We're going to explore this deep forest. We are going to understand why learning a new language is, like getting a superpower.
A superpower?
Yeah, it actually changes the physical shape of your brain. And it changes your life in the real world, especially your career and your job.
Okay, let's unpack this carefully because we have a lot of amazing information today. But we also have a second mission.
Right, the special rule.
Yes. Today, this deep dive is an active English lesson. We are going to learn a very large group of new, important English words today.
Lots of new words.
And because this is a lesson, we have a strict rule. We will speak only in simple, clear English.
Exactly. We will use a level of English called A2.
Right. We will not use big, difficult, or confusing words. We will use simple sentences.
But we will still talk about very serious adult ideas.
That is a great rule. I mean, it helps you, the listener, practice your listening skills.
It really does. Today, we are looking at many excellent sources. We have a scientific article from a famous magazine called the European Journal.
European Journal, okay.
Yeah, it talks about the science of the brain. We also have professional reports from a magazine called Computer Fraud and Security.
Wait, that sounds like computers, not languages.
Well, this report actually explains how a new language gives you power in your career.
Oh, I see.
We also have information about the famous CEFR language map and texts from ELT News and Interlingo Formation.
Wow, so many sources. And these texts tell us the best ways to learn, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, what does this all mean for you? It means that a language is not just a heavy book full of words.
No, it is a tool.
Yeah, a tool. When you use this tool, it changes how you think. It changes how you see the world.
Yeah.
It changes how you do your work.
Exactly. When you learn a new language, you open new doors. You open doors inside your own head, and you open doors in the world outside.
I want to stop for a minute. I want to ask you, the listener, a direct question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why are you learning English right now? Think about your life. Are you learning English because you want a new job?
That is a common reason.
Or are you learning it because you want to keep your brain young and healthy? Or maybe you just want to travel and meet new people?
All good reasons.
Yeah, hold that reason in your head. Today, we will show you why learning this language is the smartest choice you can make for your future.
So, let us start by looking inside the human head.
I agree. Before we talk about money or jobs, well, we must understand the machine that does the work.
All right, the brain.
We must understand the brain. We read a very interesting article from the European Journal.
Yes, we did.
This article talks about an idea called cognitive development.
Cognitive development. That sounds like a heavy science phrase.
It does. But we promise to use simple English today. So how can we explain cognitive development simply?
Well, cognitive development just means how your brain grows.
Oh, just growing.
Right. It means how your brain learns to think better, solve problems, and understand the world.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the article says that learning a new language creates major cognitive development.
But how does it do that? Like, what actually changes?
Well, one big change happens to your working memory.
Working memory.
Yes. Working memory is very important. Think about your memory as a desk in your office.
Okay, my mind is a desk.
Right. Your long-term memory is the big cabinet against the wall. That is where you keep old memories from many years ago.
Like when I was a child.
Exactly. But your working memory is the top of your desk. It is the information you are using right now in this exact minute.
Oh, I see. Can you give me a real-world example of working memory?
For sure. Imagine you are walking to your car. Your friend calls you on the phone.
Okay, I'm listening.
Your friend tells you an address. Drive to 45 North Street. You do not have a pen. You do not have paper. Right. You must hold that address, 45 North Street, in your mind while you unlock your car, sit down, and start the engine.
That is hard sometimes.
It is. That ability to hold information for a short time is your working memory.
And the European Journal says that learning a language makes this working memory stronger.
Yes. People who learn a second language have a much bigger, stronger working memory.
Wow.
Their mental desk is bigger. They can hold more information at the same time.
That is incredible. But the text also talks about another big idea. It mentions cognitive flexibility.
Right. Cognitive flexibility.
I know that flexibility means the ability to bend without breaking, like a tree in the wind. But what is cognitive flexibility?
Well, cognitive flexibility is the ability of your brain to switch from one task to a different task very fast.
Which tasks?
Yeah. Imagine you are writing a very important email for work. Suddenly, your manager walks into the room and asks you a question about a different project.
Oh, I hate when that happens. It is very hard to focus again.
It is hard. You must stop thinking about the email. You must start thinking about the project. Then you must go back to the email.
Right.
But the science shows that bilingual people, people who speak two languages, can do this much better.
Really?
Yes, they can switch tasks very quickly. They can also ignore loud noises or things that try to distract them.
Wait, I need to push back a little here.
Okay, push back.
I understand the science sounds good. But is learning a language really like going to the gym for your head?
Yes, it is.
But how can just learning a simple vocabulary word change the physical power of my brain?
That is a very important question. Let us think about a muscle in your arm.
Okay, my arm.
If you lift a heavy weight one time, your arm does not get strong, nothing changes.
Right. One time is not enough.
But if you lift that weight every single day for a year, your muscle grows, becomes hard and strong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, learning a language is constant mental exercise. Think about what happens when you try to speak English.
What happened?
Your brain must look at an object, remember the English word, decide if it is a noun or a verb, put it in the right order, and make the right sound with your mouth.
Wow, that is a lot of work for one sentence.
Exactly. Every time you do that, your brain is lifting a weight. You are doing gymnastics in your head.
Gymnastics in my head. I love that.
Over time, those pathways in your brain become thick and fast. You build a better brain.
Wow, so every single word we learned today is a tiny workout for the brain.
Exactly right.
That is very motivating. Well, let us begin our first workout right now.
I am ready.
Let us learn some words about the brain, about sensing the world, and about learning. Remember, we will only use simple A2 English.
Let us start with the word mind.
Mind. Okay.
The mind is the part of you that thinks, that feels emotions, and that remembers things. It is your consciousness.
Right. When I sit quietly in a room, my mind is always working. I might say, my mind is full of new ideas for my business.
That is a perfect example. And the European Journal says that learning a language keeps the mind flexible and young.
It does. And a flexible mind has a good memory.
Yes, memory. Memory is our ability to remember things.
It is how you keep the past inside your head.
For example, if you never forget a person after you meet them, you can say, I have a very good memory for faces.
Having a good memory is very helpful in life. And the text says learning a language builds new pathways to make your memory stronger.
It does. Of course, to build those pathways, you must do a lot of learning.
Right, learning. Learning is the act of getting new knowledge or practicing a new skill.
A simple way to use this word is to say, learning English takes a lot of time, but it is very useful.
That is true. And to be good at learning, you must be a good listener.
A listener. A listener is a person who listens carefully to what other people say.
In business, a good listener is very important. If you listen to your clients, they will trust you.
You could tell a friend, thank you for letting me talk about my problems. You are a very good listener.
The European Journal explains that a language student must be a careful listener. You must hear the new sounds clearly before you can say them.
Yes. You must also use your eyes. You must learn to look.
To look means to direct your eyes toward something so you can see it.
Imagine we are standing in a museum. I point at the wall and say, please look at that beautiful old picture.
When you look closely at language, you start to notice things.
Notice. To notice means to see, hear, or feel something and pay attention to it in your mind.
For example, you are reading a report at work. You see a word spelled wrong. You could ask your friend, did you notice the spelling mistake on page 2?
Good example. The science text has a very big, difficult phrase for this. It calls it metalinguistic awareness.
Oh, that is too big. We are using simple English.
Right. In simple English, this just means that students notice the rules of language. They notice how words fit together, like pieces of a puzzle.
When you notice a pattern, you might want to talk about it quickly. You might want to mention it.
Mention. To mention means to speak about something quickly, using only a few words.
If we have a big meeting tomorrow, I might ask you, did the boss mention the time of the meeting? I just want a quick fact.
Exactly. Everyone has a different way of learning these facts. Everyone has a different method.
Method. A method is a specific way of doing something. It is a careful plan or a system.
In a school, a teacher might say, "We have a new, fast method for teaching students how to read."
Finding the right method is important because education matters.
Matter. The word matter is interesting. It can be a noun, meaning a situation or a problem.
Right. But as a verb, to matter means to be important.
If you drop a glass of water on the floor, and I want you to feel okay, I might say, "Do not worry, it does not matter, I will clean it up."
But the science text says that learning a language really does matter for your whole brain.
It even matters for other school subjects, like mathematics.
Mathematics, or we often just say maths, is the study of numbers, shapes, and counting. It is how we calculate things.
A young student might say, "Maths is my favorite subject because I love working with numbers."
The European Journal text says something very surprising here. It says that students who learn a foreign language actually get better marks in maths.
I read that too.
How is that possible? Words and numbers are different.
They look different, but they both use patterns. When your brain learns to notice the complex patterns in English grammar, your brain becomes better at analytical thinking.
Oh, I see.
That same brain power helps you solve a difficult maths problem. The skills transfer from one area to another.
That is a fascinating connection. Okay, so we have established that the brain is stronger.
Yes, much stronger.
We have a better working memory, we have cognitive flexibility, and we can notice patterns.
Right.
But we do not live inside a laboratory. We live in the real world.
We do. We have to pay rent. We have to buy food.
Exactly. How does this strong brain help us in the real world?
Well, it helps us immensely in our professional lives. It helps us build careers.
Careers, yeah.
We read a detailed article from a journal called Computer Fraud and Security. This article explores how speaking another language changes your value in the business world.
The article talks about a big concept called human capital theory. Let us break that down.
Okay. Capital usually means money or wealth. Human capital means the wealth inside a human being.
Oh, like skills.
Yes. It means that your skills, your education, and your health are like an asset. They are like gold.
When you have more skills, you have more human capital, you are more valuable to a company.
And the text clearly states that language skills give you very high value. People who speak 2 or more languages get better job offers.
Wow.
They get chosen for jobs more often than people who only speak one language. And they usually receive higher salaries, which means they earn more money every month.
But wait, why is language so special? The article mentions automation and AI, artificial intelligence.
Yes, computers are very smart now.
They can do many technical jobs. They can calculate numbers faster than we can. They can write code.
Right.
If computers can do the technical work, what do humans need to do?
That is exactly the point. Because computers are doing the technical work, companies do not just need technical skills anymore.
What do they need?
They desperately need soft skills. Soft skills are human skills.
Like what?
They include communication, listening, feeling empathy, and working well with a team.
A computer cannot look an angry client in the eye and make them feel calm.
Exactly. A computer cannot build trust across different cultures.
We live in a global world. Workplaces are multilingual.
That means people from many different countries work in the same office.
These companies need people who can communicate across borders. They need people who can bring different groups together to solve a problem.
Right. Let us imagine a busy, modern office to understand this better.
Good idea.
We will learn some new vocabulary words about jobs and professions while we walk through this office.
Perfect. Imagine you walk into a large glass building. On the first floor, there is a legal department.
Here, people work with the law. The law is the system of official rules made by the government of a country.
And the people who study these rules and help other people understand them are called lawyers.
A lawyer must be very smart and very careful with words. You might say, we had a problem with our business contract, so the lawyer helped us fix it.
Lawyers need exact communication. If a lawyer uses one wrong word in a contract, it can cost a company a lot of money.
Language is a primary tool for a lawyer.
Let us walk up to the top floor of the building. This is where the leaders work.
To lead means to show the way to a group of people. It means to guide them and make big decisions.
The person who does this is the leader. A leader must inspire people.
You might point to a successful woman in the office and say, she is a great leader. When things get difficult, everyone listens to her advice.
The article says that strong communication skills are directly linked to becoming a leader.
If you are a good leader, the company will ask you to manage a team.
To manage means to control, organize, and be responsible for a group of people or a project.
The person with this job is the manager. A manager is the boss of a daily operation.
An employee might say, "My manager is very helpful. He always explains the work clearly."
Good managers must be able to speak clearly to their team. They cannot be confusing.
And a good manager also knows many people in the industry. They have a strong network.
The word network is interesting. It can mean a group of computers connected together by cables or Wi-Fi.
But when we talk about people, a network is a group of friends, colleagues, and business contacts that you know.
You might say, I am looking for a new job, so I will call people in my network to see if they know of any openings.
The article talks about social capital theory. This means your network of people has real value. It can help you succeed.
And when you speak a second language, your network grows twice as big.
You can talk to people in London, in New York, in Sydney. You can build relationships with people that you could never speak to before.
Having a big network brings you a new opportunity. An opportunity is a good chance to do something positive.
It is a moment when you can improve your life.
For example, the company asked me to move to Paris for a year. It is a wonderful opportunity for my career.
When you have many opportunities, you have options. An option is a choice.
When you can choose between 2 or 3 different things, you have options.
We have 2 options for the meeting. We can meet on Tuesday morning, or we can meet on Wednesday afternoon.
Speaking English gives you many options in life. You are not stuck with just one path.
All of these people, the lawyers, the managers, the leaders, work together in an organization.
An organization is an official group of people who work together for a shared purpose, like a business, a charity, or a club.
As a verb, to organize means to plan things carefully and put them in a good logical order.
You could say she is very smart, so the company asked her to organize the big conference next month.
Sometimes a very important person in an organization or in the government is called an officer.
An officer is a person who holds a position of authority and responsibility.
The most common example is a police officer. We were lost in the city, so we asked a police officer for directions.
But a bank also has a financial officer.
And how do all these officers and managers talk to each other every day? They use mail.
Mail means the letters, packages, and documents sent through the postal system.
Today, it mostly means electronic mail or email sent on a computer.
I need to sit at my desk and send the mail to all our clients before 5 o'clock.
If we connect all these words to the big picture, we see something important. If we connect this to the bigger picture.
Right, all of these words describe how modern human beings work together. Speaking a language is not just about translating one word into another word.
It is about connecting humans. It is about organizing complex projects across different countries.
It is about writing mail that is clear and polite.
It is about building a network of trust. Language is the bridge that makes all of this business possible.
Yes. Without the bridge of language, the business world stops moving.
Okay, so we understand why we must learn English. We want a stronger brain, and we want a better, higher-paying career.
Absolutely.
But now we must ask a very practical question. How should we learn? There are many ways to study.
You can read a thick grammar textbook. You can memorize lists of words.
Those methods are okay. But the real world is better. We need to look at immersion and culture.
We read an article from ELT News. ELT stands for English Language Teaching. The article is all about something called authentic materials.
Authentic materials. The word authentic means real. It means something is true and original, not fake.
So if I buy a grammar book that is written to teach A1 beginners, that is not an authentic material. It was made for a classroom.
But if I buy a newspaper from London like the Times, that is authentic.
Exactly. Authentic materials are created for native speakers. A pop song on the radio is authentic. A Hollywood television show is authentic.
A menu from a restaurant in New York is authentic.
The ELT news text argues that using these authentic materials is extremely important for a language student.
Why? Why is a real newspaper better than a textbook?
The biggest reason is motivation. Motivation is your desire to do something.
Reading a grammar book can be boring, but watching a funny movie in English is exciting.
When students use authentic materials, they want to learn because they're enjoying the story or the music.
Authentic materials also prepare you for real life. When you speak to a real person on the street, they do not speak like a textbook.
They speak fast, they use slang, they show emotion. Authentic materials show you the language as it is truly used.
We also read a text from interlingo formation. This text explains that you cannot separate a language from its culture.
Culture gives words their deep, true meaning.
The text gives a beautiful example of this. Think about the English word home.
In a dictionary, home just means the house or apartment where you live.
But in the culture of English speakers, home means much more. It has a warm, emotional feeling.
It means safety. It means family. It means the place where your heart rests.
The text also mentions the Japanese language. In English, we just have one word, you.
I say you to my boss, and I say you to my child.
But in Japanese culture, there are many different words for you. The word changes depending on age, respect, and relationship.
You cannot understand those words if you do not understand the culture of respect in Japan.
Language without culture is like looking at a photograph in black and white. You can see the shapes, but it is cold.
Culture brings the color. Culture brings the life.
Let us learn some words about culture, media, and the way people live.
Think about what you do when you finish work and go home to relax. You're probably engaged with the media.
Media is a big word that includes television, radio, newspapers, and the internet. It is how information and entertainment travel to large groups of people.
I like to learn about the world by reading the news media on my computer.
The media gives us lots of material. Material can mean physical things like the cotton used to make a shirt.
But in education, material means the books, videos, and papers you use to study.
Our English teacher always brings interesting material to class, like real train tickets from London.
One of the best kinds of authentic material is music. The words musical and musician are very important.
Musical is an adjective that means related to music.
A musician is a person who creates or plays music, like playing the guitar or singing.
The famous musician played a beautiful song on the piano, and everyone in the room listened quietly.
Music is fantastic for learning because it teaches you the natural rhythm of the language.
Another great cultural material is a novel. A novel is a long written story.
It is fiction, which means it is a story created in the author's imagination. It has characters, a plot, and many chapters.
During my holiday at the beach, I read a very long, exciting novel.
Reading novels is a great way to see how people in a culture think and talk to each other.
Novels also show you different lifestyles. Lifestyle is the way a person or a group of people chooses to live their life.
It includes what they eat, what they do for fun, and how they spend their money.
He lives a very healthy lifestyle. He wakes up early, runs 5 kilometers every day, and eats a lot of fresh fruit.
Exploring a new culture means exploring new lifestyles.
And culture also teaches us the correct manner. A manner is the way someone does something or how they behave with other people.
It is about being polite and respectful.
She spoke to the old man in a very polite and gentle manner.
If you do not understand the culture, you might use the wrong manner and make someone angry without trying to.
But if you understand the culture, you will share laughter. Laughter is the happy sound you make when something is funny.
It is the noun for the verb laugh.
When the man told a good joke, the room was filled with loud laughter.
Humor is very deeply connected to culture. A joke that is funny in America might not make sense in China.
Understanding laughter is a high level of language skill.
Understanding a culture often means understanding the nation. The word national means relating to a whole country.
We took a holiday to see the famous national park, which is protected by the government.
And in that park, you will find nature. Nature is the physical world around us that is not made by humans.
It includes the trees, the animals, the mountains, and the oceans.
After working in the noisy city all week, I love to spend my Sunday walking quietly in nature.
The nature of a country often shapes its culture and its language. I want to ask you, the listener, what kind of authentic material stands out to you?
What do you enjoy?
Do you learn better when you listen to musicians sing? Or do you prefer to sit quietly and read a long novel?
My advice is to find the authentic material that you truly love. If you love the material, you will study longer and you will learn faster.
That is wonderful advice. Joy is a powerful engine for learning. So we know why we learn, and we know how to use authentic materials to learn better.
But there is a problem. How do we know if we are actually getting better?
If you are walking in a forest, you need a map to know where you are. In language learning, we also need a map.
This brings us to the CEFR map and setting goals.
We read a text from an organization called My Linguistics. This text explains the CEFR framework.
CEFR stands for the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. That's a very long name.
Yes, it is too long. We'll just call it the CEFR map.
The CEFR map is a standardized system used all over the world. It measures how well you can speak and understand a language.
It organizes learning into a clear journey. It starts at A1, which is a total beginner.
Then it moves to A2, B1, B2, C1, and finally C2, which is complete mastery of the language.
The texts also mention tests made by Cambridge University for young students. They have fun names like starters, movers, and flyers.
These tests are very smart. They use colorful pictures and simple stories.
Why? Because they want to build confidence. They want students to feel good about moving from one level to the next.
Confidence is essential. But the My Linguistics text also points out a very big misconception about the CEFR map.
A misconception is an idea that many people believe, but it is actually false. What is the misconception?
Many people believe that reaching the final level, C2, means you are perfect.
They think a C2 speaker knows every single word in the English dictionary and never makes a grammar mistake.
Is that not true? No, it is completely false.
The text explains that even native speakers, people born in London or New York, often fail C2 exams if they are not careful.
A C2 exam tests very high, academic reading and complex writing. If a native speaker does not read books often, they will fail.
C2 means you have a highly educated command of the language. It does not mean perfection.
That is actually very comforting. It means we do not have to be perfect to be successful.
Let us learn some vocabulary words that help us talk about measuring our progress, about amounts, and about numbers.
The first word we need is level. A level is a position on a scale of amount, quantity, or quality. It shows how high or low something is.
After studying for 1 year, I finally reached the A2 level in English.
When you reach a high level, you try to push past your limit. A limit is the maximum point of something.
It is a boundary you cannot or should not cross.
When you take the Cambridge exam, there's a time limit of exactly 2 hours. You must drop your pen when the time is up.
When we measure things, we often use 3 words to compare small amounts: least, less, and little.
Little means a small amount of something. Less is used to compare two things, meaning a smaller amount than the other.
Least is the smallest amount of all the things in a group.
Let me give a practical example. I have little sugar in my coffee. My friend has less sugar than me, but my brother drinks black coffee, so he has the least sugar of us all.
That is a perfect example. Now let us look at the word low.
Low is the opposite of high. It means something is close to the ground, or it means a small amount or poor quality.
The airplane flew very low over the mountains, or I am sad because I got a low score on my test.
If you get a low score, you have a major problem. Major means very large, very important, or very serious.
Moving from Spain to Canada is a major change in a person's life.
When you take a test, the teacher gives you a mark. A mark can be a spot of dirt on your white shirt.
But in education, a mark is the number or letter you receive on a test to show how well you performed.
I studied very hard all weekend, and I received a very good mark on my mathematics exam.
Some students are at the top of the class, some are at the bottom, and some are in the middle.
The middle is the exact center point of something, with equal space on all sides.
The teacher asked the student to stand in the middle of the room so everyone could see him.
To measure our progress, we use a number. A number is a mathematical word or symbol used for counting or measuring things, like 1, 5, or 10.
Please write your telephone number on this piece of paper.
When you are close to reaching your goal, you are nearly there. Nearly means almost, but not completely.
I cannot go outside yet. I am nearly finished with my homework. I just need 5 more minutes.
Doing homework is necessary if you want a good mark. Necessary means that something is essential.
You must have it, or you must do it. You have no choice.
Drinking fresh water is necessary for human life.
And our final words in this group are normal and normally. Normal means usual, ordinary, and expected.
There's nothing strange about it. Normally is the adverb form, meaning usually.
On a normal day, I normally wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to eat breakfast.
Let us return to the CEFR map. We talked about C2 being mastery, but what about A2?
If an A1 learner can order food and a B1 learner can describe their dreams, what can an A2 learner do?
The CEFR document is very clear about this. It says an A2 learner can manage routine tasks.
A routine task is an ordinary job you do every day.
An A2 learner can have direct, simple exchanges of information about familiar things.
So an A2 learner can survive in the real world. They can go to a shop and buy clothes. They can ask for directions to the train station.
They can talk about their family and their job.
Yes. A2 is the critical bridge. It is the level where you can leave the classroom, walk into a city where people speak English, and successfully navigate the physical world.
That is a very powerful level to reach. It gives you independence.
Well, let us practice navigating that physical world right now. Let us imagine we are traveling, we are moving around a busy city.
We read a course program from an organization called Mobility Friends. They create courses for B1 and B2 learners about travel, health and services, and media, technology, and society.
But to talk about travel and technology, even at the A2 level, you need the basic words for physical objects.
You must be able to name the concrete things you see around you.
If you are stuck in an airport or a hotel, you need the right nouns to explain your problem.
Let us build a story. Let us imagine a day of travel.
We will use this story to learn a large group of essential words for transport, objects, and the physical world.
Good idea. Let us start the story. You wake up in your apartment. You have a big trip today.
First, you need to check your flight. You open your laptop. A laptop is a small, flat computer that you can easily carry with you.
You can put it on your lap when you sit.
I opened my laptop to read the news while I drink my coffee.
It is early in the morning. It is still dark outside. So you reach out and turn on the lamp.
A lamp is an object that holds a light bulb and gives light to a small area of a room. It usually sits on a table.
The room was dark, so I turned on the lamp on my desk.
Now you have light. Light is the energy from the sun, or from a lamp, that allows your eyes to see things.
The bright light from the morning sun came through the window.
You check your flight. The flight is good. You pack your bag. You are ready to leave.
You walk out the door of your apartment, and you lock it. A lock is a metal device on a door or a box that keeps it closed.
You must use a key to open it. As a verb, it means to secure the door with the key.
I always lock the front door of my house before I go to sleep.
Your apartment is on the 10th floor. You do not want to walk down the stairs with a heavy bag, so you wait for the lift.
A lift is a machine that carries people up and down inside a tall building. In America, they usually call it an elevator.
We stepped into the lift, and it took us down to the ground floor.
You walk out of the building. You are on the street. It is a very old city, so the street is narrow.
Narrow is the opposite of wide. It means there's only a very small distance from one side to the other side.
The old street was so narrow that a car could not drive down it.
Suddenly, you hear a loud noise. A large vehicle is trying to drive down the street. It is a lorry.
A lorry is a very large, heavy road vehicle used for carrying large amounts of goods. In American English, it is called a truck.
The big lorry was full of fresh food for the supermarket.
Because the street is narrow, the lorry is stuck. But a smaller vehicle drives past it easily. It is a motorcycle.
A motorcycle is a fast vehicle with 2 wheels and an engine. The driver wears a helmet.
He loves to ride his fast motorcycle on the open road.
You walk to a cafe to wait for your taxi. You sit down and order a glass of water.
You ask the waiter to put a slice of lemon in it. A lemon is a yellow fruit with thick skin and a very sour taste.
She squeezed fresh yellow lemon juice over her fish.
You sit at the cafe. You need to call the taxi company. You reach into your pocket and take out your mobile.
Modal is an adjective meaning able to move freely. A mobile phone is a telephone that you can carry with you everywhere.
I used my mobile phone to call a taxi to take me to the airport.
While you wait, you look in your bag. You have a small mirror.
A mirror is a piece of special flat glass that reflects light, so you can see your own face when you look at it.
I looked in the mirror to make sure my hair was neat.
You put the mirror away. It is cold outside, so you wrap a warm scarf around your neck.
The neck is the part of your body that connects your head to your shoulders.
My neck is cold, so I will wear a thick winter scarf.
Finally, the taxi arrives. The taxi is made of strong metal.
Metal is a hard, strong substance found in the earth, like iron, steel, or gold. Cars and bridges are made of metal.
The factory uses heavy metal to build new airplanes.
You go to the airport. You get on the airplane. You fly high in the sky. It is a long flight.
You look out the window and you see the moon. The moon is the large, round, white object that shines in the night sky and travels around the earth.
The night was dark, but the silver moon gave us some light.
You sleep for a few hours. When you wake up, the airplane is ready to return to the ground. It is ready to land.
The noun land means the solid part of the earth, not the ocean. But the verb to land means when an airplane comes down from the sky and touches the ground safely.
The pilot told us the airplane will land in Madrid in 20 minutes.
The airplane lands safely, you get off the airplane. You have arrived in a new tropical country.
You walk out of the airport and you look at the trees. Suddenly, you see a movement.
Movement is the act of changing position or going from one place to another.
I saw a fast movement in the tall grass, but I did not know what caused it.
You look closer to see what moved. It is an animal. It is a monkey.
A monkey is an animal that lives in hot countries. It has a long tail, and it is very good at climbing trees.
The clever monkey climbed the tall tree and ate a banana.
That is the end of our travel story. We introduced 17 physical words.
You might ask, why are these physical words so important for the brain?
What's fascinating here is, well, what do you think?
What is fascinating is that these concrete words, these names for things you can touch, see, and hold, are the essential building blocks of any language.
Before you can discuss a complex philosophy or a big business plan, you must be able to say the laptop is on the table next to the lamp waiting for the mail.
That is a great way to think about it. You need the physical bricks before you can build the complex house.
But once we have the bricks, once we know the objects, we need more. We need to describe how we feel about those objects.
You need to say how they connect to each other. And we even need to talk about things that are not there.
This takes us to our final and most advanced step for today. We must move from the physical world into the world of ideas.
The CEFR guidelines state that A2 and B1 learners must be able to express personal relevance.
Personal relevance. That means talking about what is important to you personally.
Yes, you must be able to talk about your internal feelings, your physical states, your personal needs, and possibilities.
You also start to understand implicit meaning, which means understanding the ideas that people do not speak directly out loud.
This requires a completely different kind of vocabulary. We need descriptive adjectives. We need words that link ideas together.
And we need words that talk about things that are absolute, like all or none. Let us dive into our final vocabulary list.
We will imagine a story about planning a big, difficult event, like a wedding.
Planning a wedding is very difficult. Imagine you are trying to plan this wedding. First, you need your friends to help you.
But one of your friends is lazy. Lazy is an adjective used to describe someone who does not want to work or does not want to use any physical energy.
My brother's very lazy on Sundays. He just sleeps on the sofa all day.
You need money for the wedding. You go to the bank and ask if they can lend you money.
To lend means to give something to someone for a short time. They use it, and then they must give it back to you.
I forgot my wallet. Can you lend me $10 for lunch today? I will pay you tomorrow.
You check the weather forecast for the wedding day. The weather reporter says it is likely to rain.
Likely means that something will probably happen. There's a very high chance.
Look at those dark, heavy clouds. It is highly likely that a storm is coming.
You send invitations to your friends. You send them an email with a link.
A link is a connection between two things. On the internet, it is a word or a picture you click to jump to a new web page.
Please click the blue link in the email to see the pictures of the hotel.
On the day of the wedding, one of your guests calls you. They are lost.
Lost means you do not know where you are and you cannot find your way. It can also mean you cannot find an object.
We walked into the deep forest and we got lost. We could not find the road.
At the party, the music is very loud. Loud means making a lot of noise. It is the opposite of quiet. Loudly is the adverb form.
The music at the concert was so loud that it hurt my ears.
But the decorations look lovely. Lovely is a beautiful word. It means very attractive, very beautiful, or very pleasant.
Thank you for the wonderful dinner. We had a lovely evening at your house.
You feel that you have good luck. Luck is the force that causes good or bad things to happen by chance, not by your own actions. Lucky is the adjective.
I found a $100 bill on the street. I am very lucky today.
The wedding is between a male and a female. Male is the biological sex that does not produce babies. Men and boys are male. It is the opposite of female.
The male bird has bright red feathers to attract the female bird.
The couple stands up and they marry. To marry means to become the husband or wife of someone in a legal ceremony.
They love each other deeply and they plan to marry next summer.
Suddenly, a guest feels sick. You need a medical professional. Medical relates to the study or treatment of illness and injury.
The doctor gives the guest medicine. Medicine is a substance, like a pill or a liquid, that you take to cure an illness.
If you have a terrible headache, you should take this medicine.
After the wedding, you think about what to do next. You might go on a holiday.
Might is an important modal verb. It means that something is possible, but you are not completely certain.
I do not know my plans for the weekend yet. I might go to the beach, or I might stay home and read.
You see a coat on a chair. Someone asks, whose coat is this? You say, it is mine.
Mine is a pronoun. It means that the object belongs to me.
You can take the red book, but the blue book is mine.
But you realize one of your bags is missing. Missing means that something is not in its usual place, and you cannot find it anywhere.
I cannot finish this puzzle because 3 important pieces are missing.
The deaths at the wedding were mostly your family. Mostly means mainly, or for the largest part.
The students in my language class are mostly from South America, with a few from Asia.
You are proud because you organized the whole wedding yourself. Myself is a pronoun you use when you do something alone, without help from anyone else.
I did not buy this cake from a shop. I baked the cake myself.
You are tired. You need to sleep. To need means that you must have something. It is not just a desire, it is essential for you.
I have been awake for 2 days. I desperately need to sleep.
We have a few final words that are very powerful for the brain. The first is neither.
Neither means not the first one and not the second one. It means 0 out of 2 options.
I have 2 brothers. Neither of my brothers is tall. They are both short.
If neither brother is there to help, you might feel nervous. Nervous means you feel worried, anxious, or slightly afraid about something that is going to happen.
I always feel very nervous before I have to speak in front of a large group of people.
You feel nervous because of the noise. Noise is a sound, especially a sound that is loud, unpleasant, or unwanted. Noisy is the adjective.
I could not study in the cafe because the people at the next table were making too much noise.
You look for your friends, but none of them are there. None means not any of a group of things or people. It means 0 out of many.
I looked in the bowl for a red apple. None of the apples were red, they were all green.
You have nowhere to go. Nowhere means not in any place. It is the absolute absence of a location.
The train was completely full. There was nowhere for the old man to sit.
And our very last word today is a simple object again. It is a nut. A nut is a dry fruit with a hard shell that grows on a tree, like a peanut or a walnut.
The little squirrel climbed the tree to find nuts for the winter.
Okay, stop and think about those abstract words we just learned. Words like might, neither, none, and nowhere.
Here is where it gets really interesting. I want to look closely at these words because this is where the science gets fascinating.
These words are not physical objects. You cannot hold nowhere in your hand. You cannot take a photograph of night.
That is correct. They are abstract concepts.
When you learn to use these abstract words correctly in a new language, you are demonstrating real, powerful cognitive flexibility.
Think about the word neither. If I say, neither of my brothers is tall, what is my brain doing?
First, your brain must imagine brother A. Then, it must imagine brother B.
Then it must evaluate the height of both brothers. Finally, it must reject both of them with one word.
Yes, that is a highly complex mental operation. Your brain is holding multiple ideas at the same time and making a logical connection.
This is exactly the gymnastics for the brain that we discussed from the European Journal text at the very beginning of our deep dive.
It is amazing how it all connects. The words we use to describe possibilities actually change the physical pathways in our brain.
And if we connect this abstract language back to the professional world, the human capital theory we discussed, it makes perfect sense. The manager who can correctly use words like might and likely is a better manager. They can talk to their team about future risks.
They can organize complex plans. The lawyer who understands the exact difference between less and least will write a better contract.
The language directly builds the career.
You are absolutely right. Language is the ultimate tool for navigating both the physical world and the world of ideas.
We have covered so much ground today. We really did unpack a massive amount of information. Let us do a quick summary of this incredible journey.
First, we explored the science of the brain. We learned that learning a language gives us a larger working memory.
It helps us filter out distractions and switch tasks easily. It truly is a gym for the brain.
Second, we saw how speaking another language makes us immensely valuable in the professional world.
It builds our social capital, expands our network, and helps us become leaders in a global, multilingual society where soft skills are more important than pure technical skills.
Third, we discussed the power of authentic materials. We learned that real media, music, and novels are the best ways to study because culture gives language its true, deep meaning.
Fourth, we navigated the CEFR map. We discovered that being an A2 learner is a magnificent achievement.
It means you have the power to manage routine tasks and confidently move through the physical world.
And most importantly, we successfully learned and practiced over 70 essential English words today.
From laptop and lorry to network and manager, all the way to complex ideas like nowhere and neither.
Every single word you learn today is a new, powerful tool in your professional toolbox.
And every time you focused your mind to try and understand our English today, you gave your brain a healthy, rigorous workout.
You are physically building those mental pathways while you listened. You're getting smarter just by being here.
It is a continuous journey of growth. There is always more to learn, and every new level brings new rewards.
Before we say goodbye, I want to leave you, our listener, with a final thought to think about deeply.
At the beginning of our deep dive, we talked about how the X-ray of a broken arm is simple and clear. But the brain is deep, complex, and dark.
Yes, a beautiful mystery.
Well, language is the light that helps us see into that deep space. Think about the word nowhere that we discussed.
Before you knew that word in English, how did you explain the idea of a place that simply does not exist? It is very hard.
When you learn a new word, you do not just learn a new sound to make with your mouth. You learn a completely new way to see the universe.
You gain a new concept. Every word you learn is a brand new lens for your brain to look through.
The more lenses you have, the clearer the world becomes.
Keep looking through them. Keep building your brain. Until next time, keep diving deep.